Well, I ended up calling this a few months ago. I said it was about time for an update, and here we go. This is a big release from Ryobi. If you are in this platform, or if you're looking to get into this platform, I have three different things I want to show you, and this is a big drop for Ryobi. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about outdoor power equipment. I have photos for you to see here in a bit, but the first one I want to show you is the new R1 80-volt brushless 30-inch riding mower. So yeah, we have new riding mowers from Ryobi. Now, they released their zero turns and all that stuff. That was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And we'll talk about that here in a bit because I have one, and I'll give you a little bit of the background of that mower and how it's been performing. But this is the new R1 80-volt HP Brushless 30-inch riding lawn mower kit. Now, you're going to get a few different things. The price is $299. This is the model number here. It's going to be released, this and all of the other ones I'm going to show you. It's going to be released this spring, 2026. So everything is coming this spring. So what's cool about this, again, $299. We're going to round up to $3,000. But this is the new 80-volt technology, and it combines three powerful brushless motors, advanced electronics, and high-performance lithium technology to deliver more power than gas. What they're stating is it will deliver more power than a 16 horsepower gas engine. Now, if you never used an electric mower, not recently anyway, the electric mowers are very powerful. Doesn't matter if it's a push mower, a saw propel mower, doesn't matter if it's a riding mower. They're not like they used to be 20 years ago. You had to plug things in or they were just, useless when it came to power. No, these things have tons of torque. Think of electric cars. Now, there are advantages to gas. There are advantages to bat rate power stuff. That is going to be up to you and your needs. But if you were somebody that likes the convenience of not having to deal with oil changes, fumes, it says it right here, belts, fumes, or engine maintenance, experience the convenience and freedom of no gas. And they have been very, very easy. Come on, phone. They have been very, very easy to use for me. And that's what I use. I use electric powered stuff now. Now, usually what I do is I just kind of brush through all this stuff and I let you read it for yourself. But because this is such a big drops, plural, I'm going to read it to you. So this is the specifications. 80-volt HP technology combines the three powerful brushless motors. And we already talked about the 16 horsepower. We're talking about up to 1 acre on a single charge using the included 80-volt 14 amp hour. Now, here's the thing you need to know. We'll get to it here in a second. It says, experience the convenience of freedom of no gas. An additional 80-volt port allows users to extend their runtime up to an additional acre while using an 80-volt 14 amp lithium battery sold separately. Now, what that's saying is you're going to get one 80-volt 14 amp hour with this kit. However, if you want to extend the runtime up to 1 acre, you can buy a second 80 volts separately. Now, I don't know if they're going to come out with different kits. They usually do, where you can buy them with two batteries, one of the batteries, whatever. I'm just letting you know, if you buy this, you're going to get one 80 volts. So smaller yards, nothing, massive, not acreage, right? Up to 1 acre, maybe up to 2 acres if you have, or you don't mind being down for a little bit, recharging, going back out and cutting. Now, here's one thing that I must point out to you, and this is very important if you're ever thinking about buying this mower. Now, when I brought that 54-inch, I think it was, to the channel, I still have it, still use it all the time. I beat the crap out of that thing. The first video I did, a lot of people left me comments, give it 2 years, give it a year and see how it works out. Well, the first year, 2 years, I did an updated review, and it was still working fine. And then I got more comments saying, give it 3 years, guaranteed. You'll be crying then. Third year went by. I did a 4th year review. We'll give it 5 years. We'll see what happens. And it's still running fine. The only issue I've ever had with my electric Ryobi battery powered lawnmower was I needed to replace the blades, which that was on me because I hit something. And I might have lost a little bit of battery life. But other than that, it still runs fine. I still have it, right? But a lot of people were nervous because they were concerned if it ever broke down, where do I take this thing? I've mentioned this in multiple of those review videos. If you were a subscriber, you would know this. That if anything happens within the 5 years, Ryobi will service it at your home. It says right here, if your riding mower requires attention, a certified Ryobi technician can diagnose and service it right from your home. Now, I do want to point something out, and this is where it's important. it says available in select regions. So when it says that, I would assume the lower 48 states. Like if you're in Hawaii, I don't know. You might have issues. If you're in Canada, I don't know. If you're in Alaska, Russia, Sweden, I don't know. Wherever. So here's what I would do. If you're serious about buying one of these, call Ryobi and say, listen, I'm serious about buying one of your mowers, but I want to make sure that you service this in Ohio or you service this in Pennsylvania. Wherever you live, find out before you buy. Now, if that's not a big issue for you, then that's not a big issue for you. If you want it, you want it. But if you want to make sure that it's servicing your area, call them and ask them, because I'm not really sure. I can't give you that information. Now, let's go a little bit more here. Compact design takes up less space in the garage, easily navigates through narrow paths, and can fit through most standard gates. Again, this is not going to be for acreage. This is going to be good for an acre, 2 acres, probably at most. The 30-inch 14-gauge stamp steel deck houses 2 durable blades to deliver premium cutting performance. And if you've never used an electric mower, once again, this is not like the old school stuff. They have, I mean, think of electric cars. They have tons of torque. They might not have as much runtime as a gas before you have to recharge, but there's gives and takes when it comes to gas and electricity. It really just depends on what you want to deal with. The industry's most versatile riding mower, designed with an integrated rear storage bed to haul up to 100 pounds of mulch, logs, plants, tools, and other materials around the yard. And then you got a rear pin hitch that allows you to tow up to 250 pounds, equipped with a built-in digital display to monitor the battery level, charge status, blade life, and more while you mow. And you can also do that with the connected app. So Ryobi has an app. I have it on my phone, and it'll alert you saying, hey, listen, you have this many hours on your mower. You might want to consider, sharpening your blades. And if there's something wrong with the battery or whatever like that, or if it's not charging correctly or whatever, it will tell you that. Now, you can extend your runtime by switching into an eco mode. So, yeah, if it's summertime and you don't need all the power, which I do this, I turn my blades down so I don't have to use all the battery up at once. If it's hot, your grass is a little bit drier, it's going into hibernation a little bit. You don't need all that power. You want to conserve some energy, turn it on to eco mode. In the springtime, the fall, you might need all the power. That's probably not going to be needed here. The 7-position deck height adjust ranges from 1 inch to 4.5 inches. Now, as far as it goes with charging this, it states, just like my mower here, you can plug this into a 120 volt outlet. So it comes with a charger. Mine comes with a special charger that you plug in the back. I'll have to see if they have, the larger charger, but I'm assuming they do. It says that it includes the HP mower, 80 volt, and then the charger, the 80 volt charger. But you do not have to remove the 80 volts out of there. You can just charge the mower up and just leave the batteries in. So it's like a charging station itself. Spare keys, assembly hardware, and all that good stuff. So there's a couple pictures I want to show you, and then we'll get into the other one here. All right, let me show you some of these pictures, and we'll get on to the other one here. But again, this is a smaller mower, right? So smaller jobs. You don't have a lot of storage area. Maybe you have a small shed. Maybe you have just enough room in your garage. You can see that this is smaller, and it'll get the job done. So small yards. And they're going through the gate, just like they talked about. This is pretty cool. You can put your plants and such in the back. I feel that this is where the 80 volt goes under here, just like the other models. Right here. I don't know if there's any more pictures. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, it's under the seat. Okay. So you lift the seat up. This is the 80 volt. You're going to have 2 spots. You can see, and I have more pictures of this, you can see that they changed the design on the 80 volts. Looks like it got a little bit more durability over here when it comes to, like, if you drop something. But it looks like it plugs into the same style of plug for the mower. So this is the 14 amp hour 80 volt lithium. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, let me see if there's a couple other pictures here. Okay, so there is your charger. So it's the 80 volt. This charger is going to plug into a regular outlet in your garage or wherever you're keeping this thing. And then this plugs into the back of the mower, and that's going to charge it up. And then there you go. There's this charger right here. It's a little bit smaller than the one I have. Let me see if I can adjust this for you. There you go. There you go. And then that's the control panel. So you got the key on and off. You got your LED screen. Looks like the eco mode, RMO. This is your blade on, blade off. Okay. And that's it. So let's move it over to the next mower. All right, here's the next one up. This is the 80 volt HP Brushless 42 inch. This is a ZR3 zero turn riding mower. Now, I want to point something out, which I find pretty interesting. The previous model that I reviewed many times had the joystick. And I like the joystick. However, there was an issue with the joystick. And I've mentioned that also many times, is that it was really hard to keep this completely straight, to run very straight lines. And a lot of people wanted the paddles back. It looks to me like Ryobi brought back the paddles. See right here. See that? So let's get into this here. What's the price you're looking at? I'm going to round up. $4,000. This is going to be the ZR3. This is the 80 volt brushless 42 inch zero turn mower kit. And what you're going to get is a couple different things. So first off, it states that this is going to give you the power of a 25 horsepower gas engine. Mows up to 2 acres on a single charge. All right, 80 volt HP technology combines 4 powerful brushless motors. So you're going to get 4 motors on this. Advanced electronics, high performance lithium battery to deliver power equivalent to a 25 horsepower gas engine. So it's saying true gas replacement. Mow up to 2 acres on a single charge using the included 2 80 volt 4 amp hour lithium batteries. So you're going to get not 1 but 2 of the 80 volts. Experience the convenience of freedom of gas. We talked about that. All right, same thing, 5-year warranty. And it says here, an additional 80 volt port allows users to extend their runtime up to 1 additional acre when using an 80 volt 4 amp hour lithium battery sold separately. So we got to look into that. I think you get 2 80 volts, I would imagine. This is a 12 gauge fabricated steel deck. Houses 2 durable blades to deliver premium cutting performance. Remove the deck in just 60 seconds to easily change the blades with quick deck replace. On mine, the deck, it removes very, very easily. It's a little heavier because it is a larger mower, but it does a good job being able to get out and put back in when I need to do some maintenance. Now, tow up to 250 pounds of mulch, soil, plants, tools, and more with the front and rear universal 2-inch square hitches. The rear is also pin hitched capable. Equipped with a built-in digital display monitor, which is probably going to be a little bit larger on this one. You can connect this to the Ryobi app. Equipped with steering assist that helps maintain straight cut paths in terrain for a pristine looking lawn. That is important because I just mentioned that on the one I had, that was one of the complaints, that it did not cut straight. So this one here says equipped with steering assist that helps maintain straight cutting paths. I don't know if that's electrical. I don't know if there's a pin in there somewhere to sort of help stabilize it. I'm not sure. I'm just saying that it looks like they fixed that issue. Extend your runtime by switching into eco mode, just like the last one, offering 15 different positions. The deck height can be adjusted in 1/4 inch increments ranging from 1 to 4.5 inch, allowing you to tailor your mowing. And then the premium high back seat offers a one-touch adjustment to easily change your seat position. Now it says mow up to 7 miles per hour to get the job done quickly. I'm not sure how fast the other one is, but these are pretty freaking quick. At least mine is. It's quick. Mow up to 7 miles per hour to low drive speed for added control and precision. Charge a riding mower after each use simply by plugging into any standard 120. So you're going to get a charger with this. You got equipped with a cup holder, phone holder to store your cup, phone, and more. And it says it's unmatched power, blah, 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 blah. So what you're going to get, included the brushless 42-inch riding mower, 2 80 volts. So you're going to get 2 of them. And then you're going to get the charger, spare keys, assembly hardware, assembly guide, and operator's manual. So I have a couple pictures on this, and I also have a couple pictures. There you go. This is the new 80 volt battery. You can see these are going to go in the back, just like the previous model. So the other one is under the seat. This is in the back. HP brushless. This is pretty freaking cool. Not really sure what that knob is over there. We'll have to look. But you can see 1, 2, 3 placements for this. So you're going to get up to 3 acres on this, I believe. 2 acres with 2. So each 80 volt is going to give you an acre. Now, if you wanted to expand this, let me show you the 80 volt. Now, believe it or not, they actually came down in price. When they first released the last 80 volt, it was $800, and then it jumped to $900. This one here is So $700, still cheaper than the previous ones when they were first released. So maybe the technology's a little easier now. Not really sure. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper to make for them. I'm not sure, but the price came down. That's good to see. So this is the all-new 80-volt, 14-amp lithium battery, Ryobi's most powerful battery to date, providing longest runtime and best performance for any Ryobi 80-volt products. This battery delivers up to 40% more runtime, providing longer uninterrupted operation when paired with the Ryobi 80-volt mower. So basically, the electronics in this works to help keep the battery lasting longer. So this is an upgraded, pretty much a smart pet rate. This is probably going to be better than the 80 volts that I am and many of you are using right now. I've got a cool core design, reduces battery temperature while optimizing the performance and extend the overall battery life, which again, I still have not had any issues with mine. I keep mine out in the freezer. It's 1 degrees tomorrow here. I've been keeping mine outside in the battery. I don't bring them in the house. And I still have not had any issues. I might have lost a little bit off of the battery runtime over how many years, but nothing that it's like, whoa, this thing is just not cutting. No, it still cuts good. This battery is compatible with the 80-volt tools and chargers. Perfect pairing for 80-volt mower. So you can use this with the other tools that you already have if you wanted to upgrade. So 5-year warranty on that as well. And yeah, lithium cell technology delivers 40% more runtime. So that's pretty cool. And I'm guessing it's probably going to charge a little bit faster as well. So here's a couple more pictures. I'm curious to know what you think about this. I'm not sure what that little door is back there. Maybe it's storage. I'm not really sure. But these look a little bit more robust than the previous models. I don't know. And yeah, what's nice about this too, there wasn't a lot of attachments for the Ryobi zero turns. But now you do. The 40-inch bagging kit, seat suspension, armrest, headlight, upgrade. You can upgrade this stuff. Replacement side discharge mulching blades, mulching kit, utility dump cart, cover, hypercharger, 100-watt power source. This is pretty cool. And then for the 30-inch, you also have some accessories that you can buy. Right here. So pretty freaking cool, man. I'm really happy that they came out with this. Let me show you a couple more pictures on the zero turn, the big one. Well, let me start out with the new 80 volt first. So there you go. There's your cells in there. Pretty freaking cool. That's that right there. I mean, it's a little more bland than the previous one, but I like the black on it. It's pretty neat. Pretty cool. You can see this is how many lights you have. It'll tell you how much charge you have in that. What's cool about this is the app will pick that up as well. It'll tell you. And then you charge the mower with your charger, and it'll charge all of these up at the same time. It doesn't look like it offers the 40-volt side placements like the big 54-inch that I have. I can put 40 volts in mine and give it even more runtime. Doesn't look like you can do that on this. It's just going to run off of the 80 volt. And you can see this is the paddle again. People wanted that. Yeah. Interesting. I'm curious to know what you think about this. You excited about the paddles being brought back? Or did you like the joystick? Because I know a lot of people out there use that joystick. I like the joystick. And you can see that's the deck removal right there. Yeah, he's towing some stuff. That's the deck removal. The deck on mine is very easy to remove. It's heavy because it's large. And that is the charging port right there. So probably uses the same charger. The charger, oh no, that's it right there. It does not look like the same charger. I don't see any other pictures for that. Let me see. So this is interesting. This looks like the charger here is definitely different. This one here looks like it has outlets on there. See up in the top corner, it looks like it has 2 outlets here. It looks like it got USB and C ports on that, so you could charge other things. If that is the case, that's really cool. I wish they would have included a separate picture for that, but they did not, that I can see. But yeah, that looks pretty freaking cool if that is the case. So good on them. I don't know. I want to know what you think. Let me know. Is this something that you're interested in? Have you used the previous models? And when I say previous models, Ryobi, their first zero turn that ever came out, they took a lot of heat. It was the lead acid, I believe. I never used it, but they had some issues with it. And then they really did revamp it, and they did a really good job on the previous model. Like I said, 4 or 5 years now, still going strong, and never had any major issues with it. But if I did, I could have called up and said, like, hey, listen, come and fix this, and they would have fixed it. Same thing with a lot of people. Just make sure you're in that area. But let me know. Check out this video right here. We'll be back. More videos soon.